then we broadcast them on different channels. But first, the first channel will be, it will be Soweto TV, and then all the others that are coming. You know, your Trace Gospel also will be playing. So basically, we are so fond of media. Hence, with us, we are loved by media and branding. And so, if you are in iNGOMA, if you have been nominated at the iNGOMAs, you must know that you are on the right track with your career.
I love that. That is wonderful. We truly are looking forward to seeing the success of iNGOMA 2020. We are looking at your categories. There are over 25 nomination categories. So won't you tell us a little bit more about the process from the beginning of being nominated, where the artists are being nominated, right through the event which you're hosting on the 31st. So how does it work? What is the process of nomination?
So we open from February. Sthe and the viewers, we open from February. We give a period of 2 to 3 months, a period for people to send in and submit their nominations. I can tell you boldly so and with pride that I believe that the iNGOMAs are the only awards in the country which receives genuine and a lot of entries. Because if you look at the entries which we receive, we actually become so shocked to say, oh wow, actually we get shocked in terms of a lot of grassroots talent which is there, number one, but also we also get shocked in terms of the level of respect which the gospel music industry has for us. Thabang has mentioned about the challenges. I'm one person who doesn't run away from talking about the challenges which we have had. I own to that, to those challenges as the accounting officers of the iNGOMA Foundation. However, we never allowed challenges to define who we are. We dusted ourselves and stood up and ran forward. And what we want to do today is to appreciate the continued loyalty of artists to show confidence in what we are doing. And with that, we continue to press on and know that we are doing something to the artist. Going back to your question, and then so from the entry process, we will have independent judges doing what we call a listening session of all the entries. This year, we received over 200 artists who have entered for the iNGOMAs, and only 103 of those artists were nominated. Now, you can tell me that from over 200 artists who have entered, only half of them were nominated. That means you need a dedicated team of people who will then work hard behind closed doors to listen and shortlist, because you'll find Ukuti in one category we are receiving over 15 to 20 entries. Now you have to trim those 15 to 20 entries to 5, and sometimes you are forced to push to 7. One category which also gives us a headache is a best newcomer. Best newcomer from last year, we are receiving over 40 entries, and it just shows how much talent we have in the country. And because of that, you find the total list of nominees then is high. It's around 13, it's around 15 because of the caliber of new entries which are there. And remember our name, we are for the new entries. So once after the judges will have shortlisted, we will do the nominees announcement. We'll announce the nominees. After the nominees are announced, voting process opens. Those people who have been nominated, they will be campaigning to their fans to vote for them. Actually, for this edition, voting is closing tonight for all the categories, except for the of the year, which is closing next week on Sunday, the 17th. And then after the voting process is concluded, we have a team of auditors which comes in, because we believe in fairness and credibility in terms of our results. I always say with pride that ama awards wa iNGOMA awatengwa. Never think you will come and talk to me or go to anyone and talk, oh, no, I want this award. We have a very due process with a strict due diligence to ensure that the rightful person eventually wins that category. And up until when on the 31st, now we all gather there, Sthe and the viewers, and we announce all the winners who are deserving, credible winners who would have worked hard in terms of votes to be able to go in and get what they deserve. I must also indicate that I was sharing with Thabang yesterday I'm so shocked about the level of voting this year. You find one artist in a day voting for over 1,000 votes a day, one artist. Now, it will tell you how much people want this platform of iNGOMA. And I can bet with my say, I don't think there is any award which receives so many votes or massive responses like the iNGOMA does. And that can only be glory to God. It shows that we are doing something correct in the kingdom of the of God.
That's wonderful. When you speak about how many different categories that you have and how the process works and how the artist will move from being nominated to finally the place, I also just want to then ask you, what inspires the different categories? Because I believe you have about 27 different categories, and you have, they vary, you know, throughout. So categories like the best gospel promoter, what inspires those categories, and how did you develop them or have them be one of the main categories that you go for?
Sthe, there is no artist without backing vocalist, and there is no superstar without people contributing in that person. There are people behind the scenes that does more work than the star himself. And we people, we tend to give honor to the big star and forget that without that star, without the sound engineer, without the lighting, without the instrument guys, you know, this person wouldn't sound so good as much as you have a good voice. So what really distinguishes us is that we also recognize and acknowledge the people who are behind the scenes. Trust me, we're the only awards. When we started 2013 that we have best backing vocalist category. You'll never find it anywhere. The best backing vocalist. You know, and we are the first one who has best promoting street promo. The artists right now, you go to Pre, you go to North, you go to Bara, you find them there on the streets. Their albums are not found in all the stores, but they sell at the boot of their cars. You know, so those people, they've put efforts to come with a product, and so this also need to be credited and acknowledged. You know, we have your best promoter. Best promoter, you are big as you are celebrated because there's somebody who sacrificed his time promoting your project, promoting your album. Make sure that we hear your album, talking about your album, you know, the people that made who you are, in that contributed, you know, into your career or your music career. So basically that's what distinguishes us, that your best street promo, your best vocalist, your best promoter, those kind of categories, you know, it's what inspired us to come with them, because of the people who work behind the scenes that makes things happen, not only just the artist. And trust me, you can go and look in all the awards. We're the only one who has those categories. Since we begin, we never cut short of them, and we get a lot of entries to realize that, wow, finally some people, they begin to get the credit and the acknowledgement and recognition that they need after they've contributed in their projects, you know. So basically that's what really have inspired us, mainly as me also, as being a promoter, the hard work that you do, and people, they celebrate the star, but they don't celebrate somebody who's behind the scene, you know. So we want to go back and celebrate those people.
Right, that's wonderful. Speaking of working behind the scenes, my next question is to you then, Dan. How do you plan this entire process? You know, how do you plan the entire production of iNGOMA Awards?
We have it. As much as I'm the head and the founder and the accounting officer of the iNGOMA, but we have a very capable team. We have a capable board members of 10 people who comes with a lot of expertise. It's not a one-man show, I'll tell you now. I am leading a team of highly intelligent people who comes from all sorts of directions in terms of expertise. So
thank you.
Of course, all those expertise comes in, and we put together we are very good at planning, I must tell you. Let me, Tabang and Cindy so will remember, because of the level of planning which we put behind the scene before the actual day. I remember in 2017, I got a lot of criticism because after a lot of hard work, when we planned and mapped everything to the teeth, and the execution on the day didn't come out right, I went onto that stage and I was disappointed, and I vented on stage to say, but guys, my team, you let me down. This is not what was supposed to happen. And I think the frustration came because we spend a lot of time with planning. We believe in planning and we make sure that we tick all the boxes. Just yesterday, we went through what we call our project plan, making sure that every single thing to make the event on the 31st is taken care of. Even to the littlest of your thing which you can think of. The little thing which you can think of being, will there be a toilet paper at the venue? We look at that. Now, if someone can have a responsibility to say, make sure that there is a sanitizer in all the entrance, and sanitizer is not there, it will not be because there's not been planning. Planning would have been there, resources would have been made available, but it's something which maybe it's beyond one's control, which we have to also. So we dedicate a lot of our time into planning, and we put our heads together with our team and make sure that we tick all the boxes up until the last day. I'm telling you, on the day of the awards, our team in the morning and making sure that we've got everything right, so that by the time when all the people arrives at the venue, they must find us being ready. That we believe in excellency. We know that we've let our people down previously, but we keep on learning and we keep on trying to be better day by day. And I believe that this year, with the enforcement of our systems and processes, we are going to deliver a very faultless process on the 31st.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Dan. My question is then to you both. You have been so involved in iNGOMA, and not just it as the awards, but everything that happens behind the scenes and the different productions or the different involvements that you have with it. But I would like to then ask you, what is your favorite part of being involved in the iNGOMA? So I'll start off with Thabang and then over to you, Dan, again.
Oh, I always get this from Dan, that I breathe iNGOMA, I sleep iNGOMA, I think iNGOMA, you know, like, even if it's hard for me, but whenever he calls, not based on iNGOMA, and